it either made kids more hungry to play or just like refocus their priorities of what's next, you know? Quite interesting. Like even my sisters, like they played all throughout growing up and stuff, and they just
Pause. Okay. Anela, is that your prop? Like your background? Okay, wait. All right. And that's why we close our door. Okay, so Maddie is here, but she's not here. Who else are we missing? Oh, Kalukalani, and that's it, right? There's just 4 of you. Last class period, I only had 1 student in here, and then the rest were online. It was, you guys are so lucky that you guys have a almost full room of kids during cohort B. I'm just telling you, because if you have a class with just you and the teacher, it's really weird. Okay, all good. So let's get started with our interviews today. Maddie, were you supposed to come to school today? I can't hear you.
Yes.
All right. Email me or whatever. Side message me. Okay. All right. Let's get started with our interviews. Oh, there's Ahi. Okay. Wait, let me set the screen. Okay. Who's going first? Let's have Kikama and your partner go first.
Okay, wait. Okay, Colin, send me the virtual background.
What? We're not ready. Do we need 5 minutes? Okay, 5 minutes, go. 5 minutes. Nella, is that your background? Your virtual background? What is going on? Do you have softball?
No, I have a doctor's appointment.
Oh.
So like I'm in the parking lot right now.
Oh, who's your partner? Maybe you can go first. Who's your partner? Who? I didn't hear, I heard a noise, like a murr.
Damien.
Oh, Damien, where's Damien? Okay, you know what? Why don't you two go first since Anela has to go wherever. Some kind of doctor. So when you do this, just open up by saying, I mean, who are you interviewing, and then go from there, okay? Give us some background information before you start so that we're not just like figuring out who's being interviewed and why. Okay, you guys ready?
I don't know where she is.
Yeah, where did she go? She came back. Okay. Okay, Nella and Damien. Nella, girl, hurry before we lose connection. What did you say,
So
Robot?
we are in. My Wi-Fi is junk.
Yeah. Yes, we got that. I think we got that. Okay, just try. We're just gonna try you guys first. Go.
Okay, so for ours, Anela would be the interviewer and I would be Ralph when he is 16. And the location is like a park bench or like a secluded park bench because like no one's around. Yeah, okay, Anela, go.
Okay. What are your feelings towards Piggy?
Personally, like Piggy towards the beginning, he was kind of like useless and annoying, but like as time goes on, he became like to become closer to me and like a friend to me. My feelings, he's very like he only had good intentions for us, and he really wanted the best for us to like survive and do well on this island. Okay, she's not here, so I'll just ask myself the next question. Uh, how did human nature influence or change the way you did things on the island? Okay, human nature played a big part on this island because we all try to like fight with each other, or we all try to fight like human nature, but it kind of like took the best of us and like it pretty much showed who can't like fight it or who doesn't have like self-control. Because two close friends of mine died on the island, which is crazy, and all of these things didn't need to happen, but it was due to like the savagery of the boys. It's completely unnecessary. Now we're on the third question.
How do you guys establish rankings?
So on the island, I guess we didn't establish rankings, but we only established like leaders. So at first I was the leader, and for like majority of the time I was, but I guess as time went on, Jack, that like butthole, kind of like overthrew me, and he became the leader. But being a leader was kind of important because uh, if you had power and everyone looked to you as the leader, then you had so much influence on the island and what we do. And pretty much you're responsible for everyone's safety and survival. So that was pretty crazy and nuts. Okay, she's not here. How has your view on Jack changed throughout your time on the island? So at first, Jack, he seemed like kind of like a chill dude. He acted like a normal boy would. He would like every so often like tease another boy, but that's just boy things. But as time went on, he didn't do his work. So that kind of pissed me off. So, every so often I'd flip at him. He would, flip at me, start yelling at me. But, as this time went on the island, I guess our hatred just grew bigger and bigger. And so at some point, he made his own, like, I guess, club or cult, as you could say. And yeah, he kind of overthrew me and took every one of my friends and my club. That was not cool.
Seeing your two closest friends on the island die, how does it feel?
Piggy was a close friend of mine on the island. Only on the island, he would just want me to like survive and everyone's safety. I liked him, but he was kind of whiny at sometimes. But no matter what, he had good intentions. Simon was the only person on the island that like would help me with work. He caused no troubles, and he helped the little ones. May they both rest in peace. I love them. Mahalo.
All righty. Thank you. Hopefully next year we won't have to do it like this. But you know what? We just pulled through. Damien, thank you so much for thinking on your feet. Anela, every effort to make it to class today. Okay, there's something to be said about that. Okay, so thank you for going first as well. Okay, all right, how are we doing? Becca and Kekama, you guys ready?
No, he didn't email it to me.
Okay, Emily, can you guys go?
I don't know where Maka is.
What? She's here. Where? On campus? Oh, she's here. Maka.
Maka's having technical difficulties right now. Yeah. So my virtual background likes to blend in with myself. So this is gonna be really fun.
Okay. Let's do this.
Ugh. Okay. Do you want to just do it? We can do it.
Oh, I love
Oh,
your
you'll be
background.
Fine. Okay. No, I had to change. So yeah. Okay. Sorry. So we're doing 2 interviews, so bear with us. The first one is with Roger when he is 11 years old, and the second one is with Roger when he's 21 years old. So yeah. I'm the interviewer for the first one, and Maka is Roger for the second one. So we're ready. Hi, I'm an American reporter, and I want to talk to you about being in the Boy Scouts and what it's going to be like traveling during the war. So can you tell me about yourself, please?
I am 11 years old, kind of growing up on my own. My dad signed me up for Boy Scouts, but I took it from there and I go so I feel a part of something other than my family.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I want to be a pilot, probably for the military, but my mom knows how to fly planes, so I want to follow in her footsteps, but I don't know. I don't want to be like her at the same time. She fights about money a lot.
Do you have any existing weaknesses?
My parents are my weaknesses. I feel like they control me but don't care. And when I control myself, not everything goes great.
Oh. What is the most important goal in your life?
My most important life goal is to just be successful. I want to be a pilot, but not here. I want to be a good shot at everything.
With the war going on and a planned trip, how do you feel about traveling?
I can't wait to travel. I want to see what it's like. And besides, I could care less if there was a war going on. I still want to go.
Okay, this is the last question I have for you. Will you be able to take care of the little ones who will be on this trip with you? Time in an airplane is a lot with kids.
I don't like taking care of people because I hardly was taught how to take care of myself. I will help kids if I can get something like candy from them.
So thank you.
Okay, cool. That was the first one, and now it's my turn. So when he was 21. Hi Roger. I am an interviewer and we're going to interview you. Just tell me about your life and I'm going to ask you a few questions and you just respond however you want. Have you talked to your parents recently?
I found out my mom was the parachutist and my dad is kind of on edge because he still thinks about my mom and her money problem.
Oh. Have you kept in touch with anyone who was on the island?
Absolutely not.
How do you feel about what you did on that island? Any sense of guilt?
I do feel guilt, but at the same time, I feel like I made those choices and mistakes for a reason.
Do you ever plan on traveling overseas again?
No.
What happened after you were rescued?
We were taken to a hospital. I never saw Jack after that, but I went to a children's home after I told the adults what happened with Piggy.
Have you had any criminal charges?
Yes, and I think you can guess what. So my time was in the children's home since I was a minor, but it was public that a bunch of people had died on the island.
Okay, we're done.
Wow, this was really well done. Thank you. Maka, your virtual background is so hilarious because when you smile, just smile. It's so cute. So cute. Well done, you guys. I really, that is well done, well planned out. love the accents, and then you guys having, you know, your virtual backgrounds good to go. All right, who is next? Let's go with Becca and Kekama. Thank you guys, that was really entertaining. And plus, you know, Roger's mom was the parachutist. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, my background isn't working, so this is what we're gonna work with.
All right, all good. You know what you could do is just, if there's a picture that you want to put on, and Kikama's mic is not working. Okay. I mean, if we could just run a, what do you call that? A comedy show at this point. It is a Monday. We just gonna roll with it. Kikama, let's have you log out, restart your computer, cross your fingers, do a dance, and then come back on. Okay, Becca, no worries, girl. Maybe what you can do is just put it as your background. Do you know how to do that? Okay, so if you go to the lower right-hand corner where it says video or whatever, okay, if you click on that arrow, it says choose virtual background. Okay, so it's not a filter, but then what you can do is just choose a virtual background. So if you look at mine, right, I can just choose a virtual background so that I'm not like blending in, and when I smile, my teeth don't turn black. Okay, so. And you don't have that? It says virtual backgrounds and filters. And then you just say mirror my video. So don't choose I have a green screen. Does that work?
No, this is what it does.
Okay. Well, how come mine can do that? Look at that. What's wrong with you guys? Okay, so how do you not have, oh, there's Kikama. He didn't do his dance. That was not a long enough dance. So what happens to yours? You blend into the background. Try again, let me see. Diesel is the background, which is, that's okay, we can do it like that. Let's just do it like that, it'll be fun. Yeah, you don't have a head. Okay, there, just do it like that, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, look at it, that is awesome. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny. Okay, Becca, you look great. All right, so Kekama, can you talk now? Can we hear you? Oh no, is he stuck? Kekama, can you see her? You know what, Becca? It looks like Kekama is now stuck. So why don't we push you guys back till later? Who's ready? Ahi, you guys good? You guys ready? Let's have you guys go because you guys really prepared for yours as well. Becca and Kekama, let's pull it together. Okay. All right,
My
go for it.
virtual background isn't really working like it. You know how Diesel
Well,
looks? That's how
yeah, that's fine. Do it that way.
Okay, so I'm the interviewer and he's Jack. Okay, so hi Jack. I have a few questions for you today, and so I'd like to start off with asking you, how do you feel? Like being back home and off the island, do you feel any different?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It was the best feeling being at home, but I also have dreams of what would happen, so there's always a feeling of disbelief. Sometimes I think I am back and I still feel guilty.
Oh man. Okay, well, do you feel like you were being forced to lead the group ever?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it felt like I should have been the leader because I was the older one. But at the same time, a part of me was not there. I just wanted to control. I just wanted control over everyone. And now when I'm thinking about it, it seems that if I had controlled things, it would have been different.
I see where you're coming from. Well, Jack, do you have any regrets, like things you wish you could go back on and change maybe the way you acted or handled a situation?
I do. I do not like talking about it, but I wish I could go back to the day I challenged Ralph for the leadership spot. The reason being is that everything went downhill from there. We lost Simon, we lost Piggy, all because of actions. If I could go back, I would have just let Ralph be the leader he was, and I wish I could have just listened and believed in him.
Okay, well, what is one thing that you learned from being on the island with no adults?
One thing I learned from being on the island alone with kids and no adults, growing up ain't easy. And that sometimes in life you have to let yourself rely on others. I also learned that I needed to rethink my actions while hunting because I thought it was a good idea because I was providing for the others, but really it seemed like I seemed like a maniac. I was not only hurting others, but I was hurting the island. The only thing we relied on for was food and shelter.
I see. Well, this may be a personal question, but are your intentions still the same, with wanting to only kill things and be the leader?
No, I've been attending therapy with Dr. Founder, and I feel like I've changed. I started attending those 12-step classes where you talk about your problems and how you're doing now. I feel like it's being able to help me make great progress.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad you're having help. And my final question for you is, would you ever go back? And if your answer is yes, then why?
No, I wouldn't. Even though I'm older and much matured now, if I were to go back, all the bad memories would come back with me, and I feel like I'd just go right back into square one with, and all my progress would go down the drain.
Well, thank you, Jack, for talking with me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Very well done. Thank you so much. I love these virtual backgrounds. It's hilarious. It's great. I don't know. Yep. Oh, that's a cool one. That's a cool one, Ahi, the breaking news one. Okay, so you know what? Before we go too far in, if you guys go back to your modules, there is feedback that you're going to be um, dropping into the discussion board. Okay, so do me a big favor. You're going to just do a 3, 2, 1. Okay, and so if you guys look at the 3, 2, 1, it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to comment on every single group, but what we have here are 3 walls. Okay, 3 walls, and then we have 2 positives and 1 question. So as we go through these interviews and things like that, just go ahead and notice a wow. If you have more than 1 wow, then great, right? Like Ahi's accent, wow, right? A little bit of Australia in there, mate, but that's okay, right? That's all good. Okay, loved it. And then some of those other details, awesome, right? The growth mindset message to me was a wow, right? And it happened also in another interview, I believe that was with Roger, like how Roger may have been like this crazy person on the island, but he got better and better as he received help. So, the messages are coming through in the interviews. And so this is turning out to be a pretty cool assignment for you guys. Okay, guys good? You guys see where I'm talking about? So 3 wows, 2 positives, and 1 question. Okay, so this is just overall for everyone. You don't have to make one for each interview. All righty, let's continue. Tasia, you ready? Tasia and Meow.
Okay, so we are doing Simon, and we're doing our interview at a national park, but my virtual background isn't working, so this is what's gonna.
What's going on with it?
It's like covering my face and stuff.
It's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, it's okay because Kikamo, you can only see his hand, so
Okay.
and his face. It's okay. We can just do it that way.
Yeah. Can you give me like a minute? A minute.
Oh. Okay. With that, I guess we'll have Maddie said she wanted to sing today. Maddie, you can go ahead, maybe sing your American Idol song. Okay, Maddie's punting or passing it over to me, so I'm going to start off with Whitney Houston's I Believe the Children Are Our Future. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. You guys know that song? No? You can never get that back. Thank you, Maddie, for. Okay, let's get it going. Ready? Go.
Hello, Simon. I will be asking you a few questions today. Is that all right?
Yes, okay.
My first question is, looking back at the time you were stuck on the island with the other boys, what were the thoughts going through your head?
So for me, I was just a lost child. I was scared, curious, alone. There were no adults, no guidance, just us children. We were stuck on an island, no rules. It was just the only thought going through my head was just to survive and make it back.
How did you know that the beastie was just a figment of the boy's imagination?
So I knew that it was a figment of imagination when I found the parachute on the mountain. And that's when I realized that we're just all scared of nothing, just a misunderstanding.
If you could change something from the time you were stranded on the island, what would it be?
So I would have changed how I approached the truth when I found that parachute. I would probably wouldn't have ran down and caused a big commotion, and maybe just how I took on talking to everybody and how I acted towards the other people, and maybe our society could have been better.
What were your thoughts about Ralph?
So I was hopeful for him and his future. He was a good leader and thinking about things that would benefit us, but he was also somewhat bossy, but I could tell that he had good intentions, which is why I chose to follow him.
After you spoke to the Lord of the Flies, how did you feel?
I felt small after talking to him, and it said, "You're a silly little boy, just an ignorant, silly little boy." I really felt like that put me in my place, and it changed my whole perspective on our whole situation. Just really showed me where I stood.
And finally, what were your thoughts about the beast before you discovered the truth?
I actually did believe that there is a beast, but not a physical one, not an actual physical beast. I thought that it was implying that there was an evil within man's heart, within all of our boys, all of the boys on the island. I thought just a beast within us.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Well done, you guys. Knowing that you guys talked about the beast and then the Lord of the Flies, allowed for Simon's insight, yeah, and role in the novel to come out. So well done. Okay, all right. Becca and Kikama, are we ready to go now? Kikama, do you want to try and speak so we can hear you? What is he doing? It's not working. Okay. Becca, you might have to bring your clothes to school tomorrow because Kikama's thing doesn't work. Are you sure? Kikama, go down to the mute button, the microphone, and click on that arrow next to the microphone and see if you can change your speaker that way, your microphone. Or do you have an earphone that works that you can plug in? Maybe that's the problem. Right? Okay, let's have you guys go then. Diesel and you guys. Where's, and then Maddie, what? Oh, that's your 3? Okay, yeah, she did. We're gonna, right. Oh, yes, that's right. Let's have you guys go then, Maddie and Kayla, and then I'm gonna pull up your videos while they're going. Okay, awesome.
So today, I'm the reporter. I'm interviewing Piggy. Piggy is 12 years old. His physical descriptions is yeah. And then the setting is 2021 and his place is spiritually science. And we're doing it through crystals. So today I'm gonna be presenting, I'm gonna be spiritually attracting his energy through amethyst, obsidian, jasper, and another amethyst times 2. So my first question for you, Piggy, is did you ever have a dislike for Ralph throughout your friendship? Explain why or why not.
Although Ralph was a bit arrogant, he knew what he needed to be done between the both of them and what was best for everyone. We worked hand in hand with each other. I was the one giving the assistance while he voiced out a lot of my opinions. Overall, he's a good leader and, quite frankly, a very good friend.
Have you ever felt overwhelmed or even a need to step away from others on the island? And if so, who?
I felt overwhelmed based on both Jack's and Ralph's actions. First, we start off with my name, which they gave me, Piggy, which is not my real name, but they gave it to me.
What would happen if you were voted in as leader? Would you think it would have had a better outcome if you took charge?
If I was voted in as leader, I feel like it would have been a less successful outcome since everyone already knew that Ralph and Jack were at the top. And I was just kind of Ralph's buddy. Everyone
chose those two out of popularity and even maybe the way they had acted towards the little ones and everyone in the group.
Why did you have that first impression on Simon, and what made it a little better to at least talk to him?
I thought Simon was crazy and didn't even attempt to understand my thought process. But again, after Simon's death, it was said as a murder, but says it wasn't, and I refuse to talk about it ever again.
Do you have any sort of vengeance for any of the boys who caused your death? Who are they and why?
Jack and Roger were mainly the ones who were the cause of my death. I do have some contentment for them, but I understand somewhat of what Jack was coming from. He was probably scared and didn't know what to do in that moment since anger was the only emotion that he was feeling. On the flip side, I do have vengeance for Roger. He could have stepped back and understand the situation instead of gunning the blow. I certainly have a grudge on the two for my death.
Here's your last question. Do you believe your death was the reason for destruction or the beginning of something successful? Why or why not?
My death was out of cruelty, and even though Roger only did it to prove that there are no limits, I knew I would have still been useful besides being picked on all the time.
Thank you, Piggy.
Thank you.
Wow, that was really cool. That last question was incredible. All righty, don't forget to add in those comments for the feedback for the interviews. Okay, don't forget to add. Okay, it's an easy 10 points, so make sure you guys do that. The 3 wows, 2 positives, and 1 question. Okay, all righty, Kekama. So you guys will go tomorrow, yeah? All good, we'll figure it out. Okay. I believe we are done for now. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. Okay, so this is incredible. So we have Kalukalani, she went someplace. I don't remember where, but she went away for, I don't know what it was. I can't remember, no. But what we have here is we have her videos that she sent, which I thought was really cool. And so let's go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna play for you guys the videos for us and so for you guys. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna play the video of Kulukalani, and then Diesel is going to respond. Okay, so this should be quite interesting. Hang on. Okay. Oh wait. This is so good. She even numbered them. Okay, you guys ready?
What do you miss about the island?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I don't think they heard you. Try again. Oh my goodness. You know what? Why don't you come over here and then you can speak. You can speak. That's all right. No, you can leave your, oh, you need the computer, you have to see. You guys, you couldn't hear that, yeah? You couldn't hear Diesel, yeah? Okay. All right, we're gonna try this again. Okay. I'm going to walk over to you so you can talk into my ear, my earphone. Okay.
Nothing. It was horrific. I do not ever want to see an island again.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh.
If you could change one thing about how you spent your time on the island, what would you change?
If I could change one thing about the time I spent on the island, I would have stuck up for Piggy and believed Simon, and maybe they wouldn't have died.
If you could change one thing about how you spent your time on the island, what would you change?
Was that the same question?
Yeah.
Okay,
If you could
wrong
change
question.
one thing
Stop it. Kalukalani.
how you spent your time on the island, what would you change? If Simon was still alive, do you think you would be friends?
I think me and Simon would be great friends because he was loyal to me on the island and always had my back.
What do you miss about the island?
That's it then.
I'm confused.
Yeah, we're just trying it out over here because Diesel's mic doesn't work. We might have to try that again. All right. Okay.
Wait, Diesel. Put the microphone in your earbuds to your mouth.
Can you hear me?
You didn't have the one with the microphone in your ear. So we could hear you like super faintly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I have my AirPod in my ear and he's right next to me.
No, he has the earbuds and he had the wrong whatever thing.
No, he's talking and it doesn't work. Yeah, we try it over here. Okay, let's move on, you guys. Okay, mahalo, you guys. That was really fun. I might have had more fun than you guys because you guys were your virtual screens were just quite hilarious. And so I appreciate all of you guys' hard work. Well prepared, well done. There was not one like group or partner that was like, you know, that missed the mark. You guys all did great. So what I did was I graded one of the partners, and then you can just share like a share screen or something, or just copy and paste and then email it to them. So like I think whoever submitted the assignment, I wrote on yours. So you can just screenshot whatever I wrote and then send it to each other. Okay, all good. You can email it to each other. So that would be great. Okay, comma's back. Yay. All right, let's move on. You guys, we have this really, I cannot minimize. We have this really cool thing that we're going to be doing now. And that is we're going to transition a little bit. So if you guys can do me a big favor, finish that feedback for the interviews. And then I asked you guys kind of late last night to bring your setting the foundations of the Kauhale collection of short stories and text today. So I'm hoping that you guys have it. Yeah. Yay. Okay. So I'm hoping you guys have it. Do you guys have yours? Okay. All right. So it should look like this. Okay. And then what I want you guys to do is Go ahead and get on to the Keaulumoku's prophecy and short story Awaia. Okay. And so you guys are going to create this worksheet. So go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and create the worksheet, and then you know the drill for setting the share settings. And then when you're done, you're going to complete this assignment. So what I'm going to have you guys do is you guys can partner up, okay, or not. Actually, let's not partner up for this one because unless you guys want to. Let me go back to you guys. Anybody want to partner up? Or you guys want to just do this on your own? Let's just do this on your own then. Okay, go ahead and take about 10 minutes. I need you guys to read Keaulumoku's prophecy, okay? And then I want you guys to highlight important parts. Okay, everybody good? I'm wondering who doesn't have their text. Okay, everybody have their text? Okay, all right, so let's go ahead, take about 10 minutes. I need you to answer the first 3 questions. Okay. I need you to answer the first 3 questions. So the first question about Keaulumoku's prophecy. Okay, the first question is, who is Keaulumoku? Okay, so go ahead and take notes on that. And then the next question is, what did Keaulumoku prophesize? Everybody know what the word prophesize means? No, okay, perfect. So when you have a prophecy, it's like somebody telling you what's gonna happen later on down the road. Okay, so like a fortune teller. Yeah, so if you go to like somebody with a crystal ball and they tell you, you're gonna be rich, and you're like, yeah, right? And then you just wait for the prophecy to happen. But that's what that is, prophecy. And then the third question is really a personal question based on the backside of the prophecy handout. Okay, so question is, with change being inevitable, what should Hawaiians hold on to? Okay, 10 minutes, go ahead, get that done. Okay, Kama, did you find okay. need you guys to pay attention to that, right? What do you hold on to with change being inevitable? Why land, right? Why Aina, right? Why is it so important? Anybody have $200,000 to buy 1 acre of land? Not even the house we're talking about, just the land. You'll need like another 300,000 to build the house you like. Anybody? Anybody have somebody at 50% Hawaiian to get on the list for Hawaiian homelands so that it can be passed down to you? The land is important. Awesome. Yay. You do? Okay. And I urge each and every one of you guys to have those conversations with your ohana, because when those people that only have 50, that have the 50% in order for them to be on the list, so it can be passed on to you guys, when they go, guess what happens? I think you guys know what happens. Okay. This is like serious stuff, but it's something that you guys got to think about, because when you become my age, and you have no aina to have as your own, then where you going? Las Vegas, Kekama. You going Las Vegas? My baby sister is planted her roots in Ohio. Ohio. What Hawaiians doing in Ohio? Okay. I mean, she's making a difference in her community being a nurse, but what they do, you know, and then notice how many people are moving here, right? Okay, Makamai, I mean, I think you're saying how you wanted to move, and that's great, right? I think you said that. That's awesome. Okay, but what happens when there are no Hawaiians on this land? Maybe that should have been prophesied. Yeah. What happens when there are no Hawaiians in Hawaii? Is Hawaii still Hawaii? Might as well be, what do you call that place in Honolulu, Kapolei, where they have the hotel? Oh, the Aulani. We might as well just like make those all over the place. The Aulani. What is it called? The Aulani Hotel? The Disney Resort. Awesome. Yay. Can have luau's and hula shows and stuff like that. I'm being facetious. I'm being sassy right now. Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, so we have this Auaia short story to read. We're going to read just like maybe 10 minutes of this, and then the rest is yours. Okay, I'm going to start off reading this. I want you guys to pay attention. I'm going to bust out my best pigeon. Okay. This is story time at its best, or my best. I'll be giving you guys. So as we do this, if you look at your worksheet, you're going to be pulling at least 3 memorable quotes with the page numbers, and then you're going to annotate, or you're going to analyze, or even comment about them. Okay, so just get a heads up. Make sure you're highlighting if something comes up. Okay. Auaia by Mary Beth Aldoso. Kumu sat on the steps leading to the stage at the Diamond Head end of Lehua School's cafeteria. The large wooden pahu drum completely filling the space between his legs. Despite opening the room's 6 swinging doors to their widest point, the air in the caf was hot and still. The breezes that usually waft in to cool our halau's dancers seemed hesitant, not wanting to enter tonight. It was the pahu's presence, or some other source of tension, that hung in the air. The wind seemingly sensed what we Haumana knew. We were doing drum dances tonight. Hula was not going to be fun. I threw my bag onto one of the cafeteria's long white tables, pulling my blue calico pa'u skirt over my work clothes. Everyone, it seemed, was in a bad mood, and I soon discovered it wasn't until It wasn't entirely because of the drum. The nerve, yeah, that Howley kid. You saw him on TV. Freaking attitude, said Tanya in disgust. Jan's laughter spilled over into her words. That's forget cracks. And Morris, brother is on a football team, and you know he going get lickings. It's not really the kid, added Kathy in her high-class pidgin. It's the mother. Hello. It states right on the application, biological grandparents. I slid into line as Kumu let his thick hands fall simultaneously onto the drum's sharkskin surface. All right, let's get started, Kumu called, pulling his drum closer to him. He lifted his hands again, pounding out familiar rhythms with the graceful hands of a dancer. Utete, 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 utete. Kumu took us through the basic steps of the hula, calling out each new movement with perfect and practiced timing. Hela, ami, uwehe, kavelu, kaholo, correcting his dancers, reminding and prodding us to push further, bend lower, fully extend the arm, the foot, the leg, all the while pounding out a steady drumbeat. Utete, utete. Girls push out your kikala. Utete, utete. Flatten your foot, Malia. Within minutes of basics, my leg muscles began to ache and stiffen. My t-shirt, wet with sweat, clung to me and I struggled to catch my breath. Still with calves that felt as though they were on fire, I repeated hela after hela. Utete, utete. Finally, the drum stopped, but our relief was short-lived. All right, everyone, take a second. Then we'll get started on Ia. Okay, what is that before we continue? Anybody remember what that is? Makamai, what is that? Ia. Did you guys dance it last year? No? Yeah. Let's see. Huh? This does not sound familiar. I don't know. Let me see if I can share it. Yeah. You did dance it.
Okay, kama e ka huli hia papi hoa hila loi.
All right. I'm pretty sure you guys know now what I'm talking about. Okay. And you guys remember the movements, right? To the hula, right? The gathering from behind, coming forward to the center, hitting your hand on top of your other hand, right? Okay. The movements of your hand, turning up, turning down, turning up, turning down. Okay. All right. I'm going to have, I need somebody to read. Oh, Becca, thank you for volunteering. Oh my gosh, so good of you. Thank you so much.
I was gonna anyway. Okay. Wait. After the utete.
Yeah, we can go. Finally, the drum stopped.
Okay. Finally, the drumming stopped, but our relief was short-lived. All right, everyone, take a second, then we'll start on O'Aya. Oh Lord, not O'Aya. Just the thought of the dancers' strenuous movements tired me. Dancers left their lines to grab water bottles for a bit of fresh air, stretching stiff limbs and trying to return their breathing to normal. Whoa, extra long warm-ups, and now O'Aya. Okay. Which one of you guys went piss him off? Joked Alina, one of the Kumu's old timers. We giggled softly, which Kumu must have taken to mean that we had had enough of a break because he called us back to dance. All right, Kumu began. Who remembers what O'aya means? Everyone before, right? Even before most of us had fully processed Kumu's question, Yaiko
Yaiko.
Yaiko was calling out the answer. At 62, Yaiko was our oldest dancer and she knew all the answers. She studied every song, memorized every movement. While other dancers spent their breaks smoking cigarettes or talking story, Yaiko would diligently study her hula book. She'd taken hula for years and practiced daily. Despite her efforts, Yaiko was not considered a beautiful hula dancer. Still, what she lacked was gracefulness. She more than made up for in knowledge and heart. The Halau's younger dancers didn't appreciate this, but I did. Be teen agi.
Be a stingy. Stinaji. She's a Japanese national.
Oh, she said in her thick Japanese accent. Be stingy. Very good, Yaiko ladies, it was a warning, remember? A warning to hold on to our culture, our way of life. Now this motion, Kumu lifted his arms to shoulder height, extended his hands out toward us, and crisply and deliberately flipped them. Palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. Flip, flop, flip. What is this motion supposed to signify? Finally, a question I could answer. Turmoil, I said softly. Kumu nodded, Maika'i. Yes, the flipping of the hands represents turmoil. Remember now, this chant comes from a prophecy that things in Hawaii were going to change. It was foreseen that people would come here to these islands and the change they brought would leave us in turmoil. He dropped his hands and looked at us. Ladies, I expect to see that emotion in your dance. Kumu walked back to his drum.
Okay, we're gonna stop right there. Hope. Thank you so much. You did a great job reading. Okay, so let's go back to Yaiko. Okay, let's highlight her. Right. She's not from here, right? But she makes up for that by honoring the knowledge and hula that she's committed to, right? She's not from here, but then she does what she needs to do in order to make it right for herself, right? She knows what it means to dance the dances she's learning, and she definitely tries extremely hard. On the other hand, right, we have the younger dancers, right, not really fully appreciating, right? In fact, probably seeing her as kind of a know-it-all, right, an overachiever, right? What is that? How could they shift their mindset to make it right for them, right? Whose responsibility is it to learn the hula and why they dance the hula? I think you guys know this, right? You cannot dance the hula unless you know what the words mean, right? You cannot, right? And so for Yaiko, yeah, maybe she's not naturally a hula dancer, but she wants to try, right? But really, if the younger hula dancers see that as kind of like almost irritating or whatever, then what is that, right? For them, I'm sure they have some kind of kuleana, not to be mad at Yaiko, right? But to wonder, how do they carry on or perpetuate the hula on their own if they're angry at her, right? Or irritated. Okay, next part, go ahead and highlight the word turmoil, right? Right, so that motion, the symbolism of that motion, flipping up and down, right? Okay, turmoil. Why turmoil? Okay, so I talked to you guys a little bit about that, right? With the passing of a great leader, right? People are jockeying for positions, right? With a time of great change, lots of turmoil, lots of chaos. Okay, all right, we good to go? We're at the bottom. Kumu walked back. Okay, go ahead and draw a star right there. Okay, so tonight what you're going to do is you're going to finish the rest of this. Okay, So at the bottom of page 21, you're going to finish the rest of the story on your own. Okay, I don't know if you guys heard of that case where this Holly boy on Kauai was raised by a Hawaiian tutu lady. And so she sent the application in for him to go to Kamehameha schools. Do you guys know about that? Kind of ish, yeah. And so that in itself is an entirely other conversation, right? But yeah, if you don't know, you should at least look it up. Yeah, there was a lot of coverage on that from the news agencies. Okay, but too bad, right? Because even though the people like didn't who didn't attend Kamehameha schools were still upset about that, right? Because there was a space. But you guys can read about that. Okay, next, just real fast, I want to point out this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into my canvas. Okay, so everybody else go back into your canvas, please. Mahalo. Who? Okay, do I need to get him back on? Okay, I'll catch him up tomorrow, but maybe you can catch him up during lunch. Okay, so if you guys look, final project. This is going to be due the Sunday before you come back on next Monday. Okay, we basically have 2 weeks until finals, so this needs to happen. Okay, and that is your final project. What you're going to be doing is you can go ahead and click on that, okay, and look through what the final project looks like. There's a video on the big Y, okay. So if you guys look, you're gonna set your shared settings. On slide 2, there is a video by Simon Sicknick that I would like you guys to watch. It's about the why, the purpose, okay? And then we're gonna talk about your final project. Okay, so I'm gonna go through that tomorrow a little bit, but other than that, thank you so much for this class. It was really fun. Okay, don't forget to finish out. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it a little bit tomorrow. Okay, all good? Have a great Monday. Thank you so much for your interviews. I had so much fun today. Bye. Becca, Becca left already. Okay, everybody left. Awesome.